بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome everyone to class number 2 of our study of the book Madina book 2. And Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Today inshallah ta'ala we are going to continue on beginning with Ad-Darsu Al-Thani bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. And if we have some time, we'll begin and try to complete Ad-Darsu Al-Thalith in today's session, inshallah ta'ala. But before we go on to today's lesson, we'd like to provide some muraja'ah or review. As scholars, they've mentioned that muraja'atul ilm or mudhakiratul ilm hayatu, that reviewing knowledge is giving life to that knowledge. It's imperative for everyone as a student of knowledge, especially when learning the Arabic language, you have to constantly review what you've learned in the past, okay? Because everything in this book is going to build off of the previous lesson. So if you do not have the concepts down of the previous lesson, you'll find that the book will become harder and harder and harder as you progress. But if you review, you take the time out to review the lessons, review the grammar rules, review the vocabulary, then you'll find that everything, inshallah ta'ala, will become easy. Tayyib. So if you want to make it easy upon yourself, make sure you put in the time outside of class to review the material. But if you want to make it hard upon yourself and then eventually quit, billah, then do not review. All right? So it's important for everyone to review bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Ad-Dars al-Awwal, we spoke before we entered into the content of the lesson. We explained 3 very important terms, which are marfu', mansub, and majroor. We said marfu' is a term that references words in their default case. All right, most of the time you'll find in nouns that they have a dhamma or dhammatain. Okay, we refer to those words as being marfu'. Khayran. In the case of dual words, muthanna, they will not have a dhamma at the end. So instead of the dhamma, they'll have an alif between the noon and the letter before it. Khayran. This is the general state of dual words. Okay, being marfu'. It's this alif. As for Jam Mudhakkar as-Salim, we have the waw. All right. Then we said the second term was mansub. All right, here's when the word is changed from its default case of having dhamma, dhammatain, or alif in the dual case, or waw in the jam' mudhakkar salim case. Here, it changes from dhamma, dhammatain to either fatha or fathatain. Okay, of course, it's going to have fathatain if there's tanween, and only one fatha if there's alif lam on the word. Dual, it'll look like this, yani the alif changes to a ya, and jam' al-mudhakkar as-salim changes from a waw to a ya as well. And the letter before it takes a kasra. As for majroor, then it references the word nouns when they have kasra or kasratain. Dual, the alif once again changes to a ya, and for plural, masculine, sound masculine plural, changes from a waw to a ya. As for the grammar rules of Ad-Dars al-Awwal, we learned about inna and how it works in a sentence. One, it's going to make the mubtada into mansub. Okay, it's going to take a fatha if it's a singular word. If it's a dual word, then it will take a ya instead of an alif. And if it's a jam' mudhakkar salim, it will take a ya instead of a waw. Khayran. We also said that inna, when it enters into the sentence, it makes the mubtada change its name. It's no longer called mubtada. Rather, it's called ism inna. And the khabar is no longer called khabar, but rather it's called khabaru inna. Tayyib. The same concept is applied to the word la'alla. Tayyib. Meaning the mubtada will take a fatha, yani it will become a mansub word. All right. And the mubtada is called ism la'alla and khabaru la'alla. We also learned about dhu. We said it works the same way as Akhu Muhammadin and Abu Zaydin. Okay, idafa. All right, so here you see the wow. We also learned the plural for dhu, which is dhawu. We learned the singular feminine version of dhu, which is dhatu. All right, and we learned the plural for that version as well, which is dhawat. Khayran. We also learned how to say mi'a as well as alf. And we were kind of introduced to laysa in ad-dars al-awwal, but inshallah ta'ala we're going to explain laysa in ad-dars al-thani in detail. This is some of the grammar rules here. Vocabulary, of course. Mufradat. Okay, and the thing about vocabulary is that you have to use it in your conversation and in your daily interactions. Otherwise, you will forget. You'll forget how to use it. You'll forget their meanings. All right. We also learned about how to ask a question in terms of making a choice. All right, with using the word a and like over here. Am mujtahidun anta am kaslan. All right. You notice you wouldn't say anta mujtahidun am kaslan. Yani it's more fasih. It's afsah to say, to delay the dhamir, okay, or delay the ism ishara, okay, like هذا هذه ذلك تلك, right? You delay it. خير. This is more eloquent in the Arabic language. Some more vocabulary. We were also introduced to the word mu'jam, and we posted a link showing the students how, or rather, there was a link, 2 links posted, explaining how to use the 2 dictionaries which are known as Al-Mawrid and Hansver. Khairan, which I hope everyone is making plans to buy a physical copy so that they could benefit from in the rest of their journey of seeking knowledge of the Arabic language. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to move on to ad-darsu al-thani, the second lesson. Let me just plug in my charger for dice. Khair. So let's begin reading. We have here a conversation between Hisham and Bilal on page 12. طيب, Bismillah. Hisham, ad-darsu al-thani. Hisham, he says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bilal, wa alaikum assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. كيف حالك يا أخي؟ من الأخو؟ من الأخو؟ التقاء ساكنين, صح? You would say من الأخو, but because both of these letters, the noon here has sukoon and the hamza here has sukoon, the noon as a result takes a kasra. من الأخو. من الأخو. Here the lam having sukoon, okay? So now you skip it. من الأخو. You skip the hamza. Hamzatul wasl. Hisham, he says, أنا مدرس جديد بالجامعة. اسمي هشام. أنا من الولايات المتحدة. بلال، أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بك، يعني بك يا أخي. أنا مسرور بلقائك. أنا زميلك. اسمي بلال بن حامد. أمن وشيطان أو أمن وشنطن أنت يا هشام. Or you could say washitan. Washitan. It's also correct as well. Both ways of pronouncing it. Or you could say Washington. Washington or Washington. Okay? 2 ways of pronouncing it. أنت يا هشام. هشام لا أنا لست من واشنطن. Or shin, tun, or tun. Inni min New York. Okay, inni min New York. Okay. بلال أمسلم أبوك يا هشام؟ هشام لا هو ليس بمسلم. بلال وأمك أمسلمة هي؟ لا هي ليست بمسلمة. ألك أبناء يا هشام؟ نعم لي 6 أبناء. This particular PDF, remember the pages are a bit jumbled up, so if we jump from 12, move on to 13, okay? Because 11 is supposed to be before 12. Bilal says, الطلاب هم هشام لا هم ليسوا بالطلاب هم ليسوا بطلاب إن بعضهم تجار وبعضهم مهندسون. Okay, why do we say إن بعضهم تجار? Why is there a فتحة on the ضاد? إن بعضهم. لماذا الفتحة على الضاد؟ لماذا هذه الكلمة منصوبة؟ ما العامل؟ عامل, when we say عامل, this is a good term to memorize. Okay, in Nahu, it references a word that changes the ending of another word. Okay, so inna will be considered to be an amil. Fi is considered to be an amil. Min is an amil. Okay, tahta is an amil. Why? Because they changed the ending of the word of another word, yani the word that comes after it. Khair. And the word that is changed is references as ma'mul. Okay, meaning the word that was changed by the amil. Okay, so inna is the amil and ba'dahum is ma'mul. Khair. So ba'da is mansub because of inna. طيب. Ba'dahum. What do we call ba'dahum? Yani, in terms of grammar, what type of word will we apply or term are we going to apply to this type of word or phrase? اسم إن. أحسنتم. طيب تجار. Okay. What do we call تجار? What is the nahu term for تجار in this sentence? اكتبوا الجواب. تجار in terms يعني in this sentence, this is اسم إن, so this is going to be خبر إن. نعم, it's also جمع تكسير. But يعني in terms of this context right here, we're talking about inna and its effect on this sentence. طيب. It's going to be what? خبر inna. وبعضهم. Notice I said وبعضهم. Okay? So here we have واو العاطفة. Okay? What واو العاطفة does is that it takes this sentence, right? It's a conjunction, and it applies it back to inna. Okay? So although inna is not mentioned here, because of the waw al-atifa, it tells you what? That inna is applied to ba'dahum. That's why we say ba'dahum. Our same rules are applied to the second sentence right here. وَبَعْضَهُمْ مُهَنْدِسُونَ وَبَعْضَهُمْ مُهَنْدِسُونَ. خير. Bilal says, أَلَكَ بنات يعني بنات؟ نعم لي 5 بنات. أمتزوجات هن؟ لا هن لسن بمتزوجات إنهن صغار بعضهم في المدرسة الابتدائية وبعضهم في المدرسة المتوسطة. بلال ألك إخوة هشام؟ لا ليس لي إخوة إن لي 3 أخوات. أمسلمات هن؟ نعم هن مسلمات والحمد لله. طيب, so يعني those things which we have explained before, we're not going to explain it again so that we can move along, inshallah ta'ala. نعم هن مسلمات. All right. So Hisham, he says, Assalamu alaikum. Okay, khair. Man al-akhu, who is the brother? Ana mudarrisun jadidun. I am a new teacher. Bil jami'ati here. B means what? Fi. I am a new teacher in the jami'ah. Ismi Hisham. My name is Hisham. Notice here's alif maqsura. It looks like an alif maqsura. However, in reality, it's a ya. Okay. I said ba'dahum. Oh, over here. نعم. بعضهن. أحسنت. جزاك الله خيرا. نعم. So here, ismi, there's supposed to be two dots. نقطتان. Okay, نقطتان. Ismi. But because sometimes when you write fast, or even like in books, it's understood that this is a ya. So because it's understood that this is the ya, they erase the dots. All right. So like, handwriting, sometimes you won't include the dots because it's faster not to. So just pay attention to this. Yani, this is actually a ya. Ismi Hishamu. My name is Hisham. Ana min al-wilayati al-muttahidati. I am from al-wilayat, meaning states. This is Jemma, okay? This is the Jemma, while the mufrad wilayatun. Okay, this is مفرد وهذا جمع. طيب المتحدة متحد means to be united. Okay, here it's متحدة to, right, because of sifa. So this is the mawsuf and this is the sifa. So because the mawsuf is mu'annath, the sifa has to also be what? Mu'annath as well. So this is why the tam al is there. Al-wilayati al-muttahidati. Bilal says, Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bik, ya akhi. We went over this phrase before. Ana masrurun biliqa'ik. Yani liqa'ika. Yani masrur meaning to be happy. Sa'yahu. Biliqa'ik. Liqa meaning, okay, but when you put this phrase together, ana masrurun biliqa'ika, it means that I'm happy to meet you. I'm happy to have met you, to meet you. Okay, ana zamiluka, I'm your zamil. Ismi, here, look, you can see the dots here now. Ismi Bilal ibn Hamidin. My name is Bilal ibn, here it's ibn, bin meaning ibn. Okay, there's sometimes you'll see the Hamzatul Wasl, while other times you won't see the Hamzatul Wasl. All right, there's rules for this. When do you mention Hamzatul Wasl and when do you not mention Hamzatul Wasl? Inshallah ta'ala, later on in the book, we'll explain it with details. Khairan. Here, Bilal ibn Hamidin. All right, here, ibn works as mudaf, while Hamidin works as mudafun ilayhi. So this is why Hamidin is majroor. Mas sabab. What is the reason for Hamid being majroor? It is mudafun ilayhi. All right. So my name is Bilal, son of Hamid. All right. You know, in the States, some people do it. Some people do it. But most of the time, you have like a first name, middle name, and last name. What happens here in the Arab world, their middle name, there's no such thing as a middle name. Okay, their name is rather their name, and then their father's name, and then their grandfather's name, and then their tribe. Okay, where they come from, like Az-Zahrani, okay, Al-Amiri, هكذا. But in the States, we have first name, middle name, and last name. Our last name is our family name, صح? The middle name, some people, they put their father's name, while others, it's just a random name, a name that they like. They put as their middle name, all right? I'm in Washington. I'm in Washington, okay? Washington. Why is there a fatha here? Because Washington or Washington is a word that is mamnu' min as-sarf. Okay, it's a word that is not originally Arabic. Okay, rather it was Arabized. So because it was entered into and changed into the Arabic language, it is mamnu' min as-sarf. This is why min comes before it, and instead of it being majroor with kasra, okay, it is still considered to be majroor. All right, and there's something that we'll learn later on, inshallah ta'ala. A word being majroor, there are different signs for it. All right, but it's not majroor with kasra in this instance, rather it's majroor bil fatha. Okay, as we studied in Madina book 1, I think 22nd or 23rd lesson, right? We spoke about al-mamnu' min as-sarf and its different types. So this is why there's a fatha on this word. Anta ya Hishamu. Hisham says لا أنا لست من واشنطن يعني واشنطن إني من نيويورك من نيويورك. All right, once again, New York is a non-Arabic word that also is non-Arabic. So when it was placed into the Arabic language, what happens is that the word becomes mamnu' min as-sarf, which explains why there's a fatha on this word at the end of it. Khayran. Here we have the word lestu, okay, meaning not. Or here, I am not. Okay, when you see up the two here, it means I or I'm not. I'm not or I am not. So I am not from Washington. Inni, verily, I am from New York. All right, placed an emphasis. Muslimun abuka ya Hishamu. Muslimun abuka ya Hishamu. Is your father a Muslim? La huwa laysa bi muslimin. Huwa laysa bi muslimin. No, he is not a Muslim. Okay. Wa ummuka a muslimatun hiya. And your mother, is she a Muslim? La hiya laysat. Laysat. Here you have what? Lestu, meaning I am not. Here you have laysa, meaning he is not. And here we have laysat, meaning she is not. So we'll go over the conjugations very shortly, inshallah ta'ala. But laysat means she is not. Bi muslimatin. She is not a Muslim. Alaka abna'un ya Hishamu. Do you have children? Okay. Naam li sittatu abna'in. Yes, I have 6 children. Or boys, to be more specific. Khayran. At-tullabun hum. Are they students? Okay, so now because he's talking about abna, here tullab is applied. Hum. La. Hum laysu bitullabin. Bitullabin. All right, no laysu. Here the author says what? Laysu. Why? Because it's jama'. Okay. This is khayr. We're going to explain it in a few moments. Inna ba'dahum tujjarun wa ba'dahum muhandisuna. All right, we explained that already. Alaka banatun. Now it's asking about daughters. Jam'ul bint. Na'am li khamsu banatin. We explained many times why khamsu and not khamsatu. Mutazawwijatun hunna. Mutazawwij, as we learned in Ad-Dars al-Awwal, means someone who is married. Mutazawwijatun with ta marbuta means a woman who is married or a girl who is married. Mutazawwijat is jama'. What type of jama' is this? أي نوع من الجمع هذا? Which type of جمع is this? من يتذكر؟ مؤنث سالم. Good, أحسنت. هن, are they married? لا, هن لسنا. Look, now you have لسنا. Here you had what? ليسوا. Now you have لسنا. Okay? بمتزوجات. No, they are not married. إنهن صغار. Indeed, they are small. بعضهم في المدرسة الابتدائية. Some of them are in elementary school. وبعضهن في المدرسة المتوسطة. And some of them are in middle school. ألك إخوة? Do you have brothers? لا, ليس. Now he says ليس. Look, لي إخوة. No, I do not have brothers. إن لي ثلاث أخوات. إن لي ثلاث أخوات. Okay? Inna, of course, here. Thalatha here, the reason why it has fatha instead of dhamma is because this is considered to be the ism inna in this instance. All right? While li is the khabar inna. So we see here in this context, the khabar inna is brought before the ism inna, which is permissible in the language. All right? And there are certain conditions that must be applied to when do you perform تقديم خبر إن على اسم إن. There are conditions, شروط. طيب. This is explained in detail in our Arabic 310 course. طيب. Inshallah ta'ala, as we progress in the book and we see more examples, we will explain it in the Madina book series as well. All right? Either towards the end of this book or in Madina book 3. But here we have ثلاثة أخوات being the ism inna and li the khabar inna. أمسلمات هن, are they Muslims? نعم هن مسلمات والحمد لله. Yes, they are Muslims and all praises are due to Allah. يعني كل حمد لله. Alright, this is the lam استغراب. خيرا. بس هذا واضح. Conversation is pretty straightforward, right? When we move on to the tamreen, inshallah ta'ala, or tamareen, we'll see explanation of the rules in this chapter. So we have the first tamreen, at-tamreen al-awwalu. We have ajib an al-as'ilati al-atiyati. To answer the following questions, the first question, min ayna Hisham? Where is Hisham from? This is going to be homework. You're going to have to write the answer. من أي مدينة هو? من أي مدينة هو? Medina, of course, meaning city. Okay. Here it says من أي. Idafa is going on here. مضاف مضاف إليه. Okay. It works like مضاف مضاف إليه. Works similar. Just it works the same way. Okay. From which city is he? كم أختا له? How many sisters does he have? التمرين الثاني ضع هذه العلامة علامة التصحيح أو الصحيح أمام الجمل الصحيحة in front of the correct sentences وهذه العلامة وهذه العلامة خطأ أو غلط أمام الجمل التي ليست صحيحة in front of the sentences that are not correct. Hisham, okay, so you have here sentences. Either you're going to put a check or an X. All right, you have 6 sentences here. All right, now let's move on to at-tamreen al-thalith. We have here ta'ammal ma yali. To ponder, reflect over the foregoing sentences. Here you're going to take a look at laysa and its conjugations. We mentioned that laysa means what? Laysa means not. All right. Laysa means not. All right. Here are the different conjugations. So if it's male singular and is ghaib, so mudhakkar, mufrad mudhakkar, ghaib. Ghaib, if you all remember, means third person. Hamid, you would say laysa. Hamidun laysa bitalibin. All right. Here you have jama'. Okay. At-tullabu, you say laysu. Laysu. Okay. Also third person. Here is third person, but it's speaking about singular feminine. Okay. So you say laysat. Laysat. Then you have jama', the plural for third person feminine. It is lasna. Lasna. You're not going to stretch the noon, because if you stretch the noon, as you see at the end, it means nahnu. Okay, so when you're talking about third person, yani ghaib, third person, feminine, jama', it's lasna. If you're talking directly to one male, you say lasta. Lasta ala shay. Okay. Antum lastum. Anti lasti. Antunna lastunna. Ana lastu. Nahnu lasna. Lasna. Khayran. Now, there's two ways in which you can use the laysa in a sentence. The first way is what's shown by the author here, is with the be. Okay? So you would say, for example, laysa Muhammadun laysa bi kaslana. Kaslan is mamnu' min as-sarf. So this is why we say na instead of ni. Okay, but let's use an easier word. Ghabi. Ghabi meaning what? Diddu dhaki. Okay, yani balid, meaning someone who is unintelligent. Muhammadun laysa bighabiyin. All right, this is the first usage of laysa. You add the be. All right, if you use the be with laysa, then it is considered to be emphasis in the sentence. All right, it's considered to be emphasis in the sentence. This ba here works as an emphasizer. طيب. So when it says here at-tullabu laysu bisigarin, there's emphasis in the sentence. They are not small. Hamidun laysa bitalibin, it's emphasized. Why? Because of the be. Aminatu laysat bitabibatin, it's emphasized. Why? Because of the be. وهكذا لسائر الجمل والأمثال. Okay? This is one way of using laysa. Another way of using laysa is to use it without the be. All right. In this instance, if you use it without the be, what happens to the word that comes after it, let's still use ghabi, is now it becomes mansub. Okay, so now you say Muhammadun laysa ghabiyan. Ghabiyan. All right, if you use it without the be. And because it doesn't have the be, it's not as emphasized as the first instance. Khayran. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says what? وَقَالَتِ الْيَهُودُ لَيْسَتِ النَّصَارَى عَلَى شَيْءٍ. And the Yahud, they say that the Nasara are not upon anything. وَقَالَتِ النَّصَارَى لَيْسَتِ الْيَهُودُ عَلَى شَيْءٍ. And likewise, Nasara, they say the Yahud, they're not upon anything. وَهُمْ يَتْلُونَ الْكِتَابِ. And all of them, they recite the book. Allah musta'an. Allah yahdihim. طيب, so these are two different instances of how laysa is used. Either with the ba, the be, or without the be. Khayran. In all these examples, you see the be is used. طيب. So you have al-fatayatu lasna bimutazawwijatin. Look, it's majroor. Why? Because the B. Anta lasta bikabirin. Majroor because of B. Antum lastum bijududin. Majroor because of B. Anti lasti bifaqiratin. Antunna lastunna bimujtahidatin. Ana lastu bimudarrisin. نحن لسنا بطلاب. خيرا. And then here on the right hand side, you have the same exact sentences but without the word laysa and its conjugations. هذا واضح. This requires practice in order to memorize its conjugations. لكن, is it clear? طيب. All right, so now you're going to apply this rule to the following exercises. So take a look at التمرين الرابع. It says أدخل ليس على الجمل الآتية. So you're going to enter laysa to the following sentences. If you take a look at all these sentences, then they're all singular male words, right? Masculine words. مفرد مذكر, صح? So you're just going to use the word laysa. All right? You can say laysa al-babu or al-babu laysa mughlaqan or bimughlaqin. Let's write it out. So the first one says al-babu mughlaqun. The door is closed. Laysa al-babu mughlaqan. Or you could say bi mughlaqin. All right, both of them are permissible. All right, but if you add the ba, of course, it's going to be emphasized. Al-ma'u baridun. You could say laysa al-ma'u baridan or bibaridin. Hishamun maridun. Laysa hishamun bimaridin or maridan. وهكذا. طيب. Here in this instance, jaw'anu, remember this is a word that is mamnu' min as-sarf. So if you add the ba, look, it says here bayn al-qawsayn bi jaw'ana and not يعني هو ليس بجوعاني. طيب. Why? ما السبب؟ ما العلة؟ لأن هذه الكلمة ممنوع من الصرف. يعد من الممنوع من الصرف. طيب. التمرين الخامس says اقرأ المثالين ثم أدخل ليس على الجمل الآتية. So we're going to read نقرأ المثالين. هو تاجر هو ليس بتاجر. Same concept. هو من اليابان هو ليس من اليابان. So here on the right hand side we have sentences that are affirmative, مثبت, and now we have to enter ليس into these sentences and make it منفي, negating. Okay. السيارة جميلة. But pay attention. You have to use laysa and conjugate it. Make sure it matches in gender and in number. السيارة is a singular word, صح? However, it is considered to be mu'annath. All right, so you wouldn't say laysa. Laysa السيارة جميلة. La, that's a mistake. Rather, you have to say what? Laysat. Laysat. With a ta, a sakina. Okay, laysat. The ta with sukun on it. Why? Because as-sayyara. And then you say bi jamilatin or jamilatan. Ana ghaniyun. What would you say here? You would say lastu bi ghaniyin or lastu ghaniyan. Anta faqirun lasta faqiran or lasta bi faqirin. Hiya min al-Iraqi laysat or hiya laysat min al-Iraqi. Hiya laysat min al-Iraqi. In this instance, you don't have to write the B. Why? Because the min is already there. All right. There's no need to write the B in this instance. You can't say laysat bimin al-Iraqi. La. You can't add two حروف الجر, harfan that are considered to be حروف الجر next to each other. وهكذا. طيب. Here you have 11 sentences. That's clear, right? هذا واضح. The next تمرين التمرين السادس, we have أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية بالنفي مستعملا ليس. Answer the following questions بالنفي. نفي means a negation, okay? يعني when you're negating something, all right? You're not affirming the meaning, rather you're negating the meaning. Okay, so here are affirmative sentences. Okay, it's asking a question. You have to negate the question. You have to negate the question. Amuhandisun abuka, is your father a muhandis, engineer? Your answer has to say no. He is not. My father is not an engineer. How do you write that? Yani laysa and conjugate it where it needs to be conjugated. Pay attention to the gender, the jins, as well as the adad, the number, the amount of people that are being used or being spoken about. Here we have التدريب السابع. All right. Okay, so it says here يوجه المدرس إلى كل من الطلاب أسئلة يكون جوابها بالنفي ويرد عليها الطالب مستعملا لست نحو أمن أمريكا أنت أمتزوج أنت أمريض أنت أمهندس أنت. So what it says here, يوجه, this is a verb to mean that the to guide, to put forth. All right, so here the mudarris is going to put forth towards every one among the students questions. So I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to put forth to you questions, or yani ask you questions. And the jawab meaning answer, and the jawab is going to be in yani بالنفي. Yani the answer is going to be nafi, okay? And then the student will respond عليها, يعني عليها, the ha here goes back to أسئلة, feminine, صح? مربوطة, all right? Is جمع and is غير عاقل, so we treat it as a feminine singular. عليها. The talib is going to answer these questions مستعملا, using لست. نحو, here نحو doesn't mean grammar, okay? Rather, it means mithlu, okay? Here it means mithlu. Nahu has about 9 different meanings or more in the Arabic language. Here it means mithlu. So what's supposed to be done here is that I ask these questions, and then the student responds la, lastu, and then the jawab, and then the answer. But because it's an online course, it's impossible to be to hear all of your voices. So what we'll do, inshallah, I'll ask these questions and then you type the answer. طيب, اكتبوا الجواب. أمن أمريكا أنت. Remember, your response has to be بالنفي. Even if you're from America, it doesn't matter. You have to respond بالنفي. أمن أمريكا أنت, or أنتِ if you're female. I'll just say أنت, okay? So that it's assumed. Now, the B connected to the is used as emphasis. لا أنا لست من أمريكا. أحسنت. لا أنا لست من أمريكا. طيب. If you're a male, I would say أمتزوج أنت, and if you're a female, أمتزوجة أنتِ. ما الجواب؟ ما الجواب؟ اكتبوا. The answer has to be بالنفي. Don't forget. And you have to use لست because you're speaking about yourself. So you say what? لا. نعم, you can say أنا, okay? And sometimes you can skip the أنا. You can just go say لست. Why? Because when you use لست, what's implied already? The ضمير is already مستتر. Okay, it's implied. All right, it's hidden. And it's مقدر. It's implied as well. خيران. If you want to place emphasis in your sentence, in your statement, you're going to use ضمير. But if you just want to say عادي, and it's normal, then you don't mention ضمير منفصل. خيران. So you could say لا لست بمتزوج, or لا أنا لست بمتزوج. خيرا. Of course, if you add the ضمير منفصل, there is تأكيد applied in the statement. خيرا. So just be conscious of that if you try to use this outside of class. أمريض أنت if you're a male. أمريضة أنت if you're a female. ما الجواب؟ لا لست مريضة, or مريضة if you add the ba before it. بمريضة. أحسنتم. أمهندس أنت if you're a male. أمهندسة أنت. ما الجواب؟ لا لست مهندسا أو بمهندس. خيرا. Let's move on to التمرين الثامن. إن شاء الله تعالى. It says اقرأ المثال ثم أدخل إن على الجملة الآتية. So we're going to read now. لي ثلاث أخوات. أصله meaning its origin. ثلاث أخوات لي. نعم. So what it's telling you is that this is the way you say it. لي ثلاث أخوات. But like if you were to think about what is the actual way it's supposed to be said, then this is the asl. ثلاث أخوات لي. Right? ثلاث أخوات لي. But you don't say it like this. Rather, you say it like this. لي ثلاث أخوات. All right? If you take a look at this sentence, ثلاث أخوات is considered to be إضافة, right? مضاف مضاف إليه. This is also considered to be the mubtada, the subject of the sentence. All right? While li is the khabar of the sentence. Khair. In this instance, li is brought forth before thalathu akhawatin. All right? Because of that, right, when we enter inna into the sentence, what happens is that inna is not going to affect li in terms of the ending of the word. It wouldn't affect it regardless. Why? Because of the dhamir attached to it, preventing it from changing. But rather, inna is going to affect what? The ism inna, which is thalatha. So we don't say thalathu, rather thalatha. Why? Because this is considered to be the ism inna, which was once the mubtada. You guys understand that? Look, here's the asl. Asluhu inna thalatha akhawatin li. Inna thalatha akhawatin li. Here's ism inna, sah? Is mentioned right after inna. But because of this type of construction, what happens is that li is mentioned before it. So you say inna li thalatha akhawatin. All right, this is something very important to understand. All right, if you say li thalathu akhawatin, that's a mistake. Why? Because this is ism inna, while this being the khabar inna. هذا واضح? All right, so now that you understand these two examples, the author here wants you to apply inna to these sentences. Naam, you can also say inni. La. You still have to answer. You still have to add li. Okay. Still have to add li. La. ثلاث أخوات. These two words together, the مضاف مضاف إليه, it works like مضاف مضاف إليه, right? These two words together are considered to be the ism inna. 1, 2. Okay? While li is the khabar inna. You got that? All right. So naam. So you're going to apply inna to these sentences. If you take a look at these sentences, like here, fil fasli khamsatu tullabin jududin. All right. What happens here is that khamsatu tullabin jududin, this is considered to be the mubtada. Okay? These three words are considered to be the subject. And fil fasli is the khabar, is the predicate. So the asl is what? Khamsatu tullabin jududin fil fasli. Let's write it down. Makes it clear. Make it clearer. Khamsatu tullabin jududin fi al fasl. This is how it's supposed to look like. Okay? These three words right here are what? The mubtada. You guys with me? While fil fasli is the khabar of the sentence. All right? But what happens is the same concept over here. Fil fasli is brought forth. So it becomes what? Fil fasli. Let's just copy and paste it. Aywa, كذا. Fil fasli is brought forth. You guys see that? You see how the khabar is now brought forth before the mubtada? And that's how we have fil fasli khamsatu tullabin jududin. This is still mubtada. It's just that it's delayed. It's mu'akhar. And this is still khabar. But it's just that it is muqaddam, is brought forth. You guys understand this? So now what the author wants you to do is to enter inna into the sentence. All right? Remember, when you enter inna into the sentence, the mubtada changed to the what? Ism inna. And the ism inna has to be in the state of mansub. Okay? And the khabar changes its name to khabar inna. All right, so let's enter inna into the sentence. We have inna. Okay, now we have what? Inna fil fasli khamsatu tullabin jududin. Right, we said that the inna is going to affect the mubtada by changing it into mansub, making it mansub. Excuse me, as well as changing its name. طيب, so then inna is not going to change fil fasli because that's khabar inna, right? It can't change in terms of the i'rab, the ending of the word. But instead it changes what? The khabar inna. So we say khamsata tullabin jududin. You guys see how we get to this point? The origin is what? Khamsatu tullabin jududin fil fasli. Mubtada khabar. We bring the khabar before the mubtada so that we have fil fasli khamsatu tullabin jududin. Wadih so far? Now we add inna. Inna always gonna affect what? The mubtada. It makes the mubtada mansub. Where's the mubtada? Khamsa to tullabin jududin. So khamsatu takes khamsata, becomes mansub. And it changes its name to ism inna. While the khabar changes its name to what? Khabaru inna. هذا واضح? هذا واضح للجميع. Is it clear for everyone? If it's واضح for everyone, I want everyone to write نعم. If not, say no. Or لا. Or two. I want to see everyone writing نعم or لا. Okay, خير. Okay. وهكذا لسائر الجمل. طيب. Here we have الكلمات الجديدة يعني مفردات, new words. لقاء, we mentioned that لقاء means what? Meeting. جيد. جيد means good. Okay, you could say أنا بخير or أنا جيد وهكذا. جيب, the جمع is جيوب. جيب means pocket. Okay, for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says what? وأدخل يدك في جيبك تخرج بيضاء من غير سوء. طيب, جيب means pocket. And جيوب means جمع. It's the جمع for جيب. نهر, you can also say نهر. في جنات والنهر. Or في جنات النهر with a fatha on the ha. Or you can also pronounce the ha with sukun. Okay, both of them are correct. The plural is anhar. Anhar. If y'all remember the homework from Madina book 1, the verse, Surah Muhammad, speaks about the 4 anhar in paradise. We have here barqiyatun, meaning a telegram. Okay, the gem being barqiyatun. Masrif references a bank. Today's usage, they say bank. Ba, noon, kaf. All right, there's a lot of words today that they pronounce it, they use it like the English pronunciation, but they use Arabic letters in the Arabic style. Okay, so they say bank today, bankun, ana dhahibun ila bank. Very rarely you hear people say masrif. All right, but masrif is the actual word. It's the place where sarf, exchanges occurs, etc. The gem being masarif, masarifu. Notice there's one dhamma on here because it's mamnu' min as-sarf. Khair. And then maktabul barid, maktabul barid. Barid, it means post. Like, for example, when you're posting something, posting mail, okay? Barid can also refer to your address, your postal address. It can also refer to your email address. Okay, of course you have to add the proper word before it. Here, Maktabul Barid references the post office, the place where postal services occur. All right. And inshallah ta'ala, I think today, inshallah ta'ala, because it's the first week, we don't want to give a lot of work. So I think today's session will end it right here. So that, gives students, for example, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he will begin his tahajjud, okay, he will begin with raka'atani khafifatani, 2 light raka'ah, 2 light units, okay, and then after performing those 2 light units, he then began praying what he's known to pray. In one instance, as mentioned by Aisha, he would pray until his feet would crack. Okay. Another instance, he recited Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Nisa, and Surah Ali Imran all in 1 rak'ah. Right? And he would elongate his prayer after that. The reason for that, scholars they mentioned, is because those first 2 light rak'ah gets him energetic, gets the body ready for the longer standing. So likewise, we like to keep the first class or first set of classes shorter than usual, so as to prepare us for the coming courses, the coming classes inshallah ta'ala next week بإذن الله تعالى. So ونكتفي بهذا القدر بإذن الله تعالى. If there's any questions, هل من سؤال؟ Any questions? If there's no questions, inshallah ta'ala, we'll end the class here. If there are any questions that you come across which you need more further clarification or explanation, then please ask in the Telegram group. Perhaps it will benefit another person. طيب سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والله تعالى أعلم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.